I spent $100 on candy fruit. And action. That is so refreshing and juicy. I just love strawberries that are just so big, and the crunchy outside of the candy just pairs so well with the slightly sour, refreshing, watery strawberry. It's just really good. It's a little bit too sweet if I dip it in the chocolate though. The grape is pretty good, but it would be better if it was a little bit more sour, just so it could like contrast with the sweetness of the crunchy candy on the outside. The orange tastes a little bit weird because it already has its own sort of like little membrane on the outside. Out of all of these, I would say the candy strawberry is definitely the best one. This is like a mochi muffin. Okay, so this is like a giant mochi. It's very chewy, and on the inside, you have this cream with these little chunks of tart strawberries. So it's very cute, but I think it'll be much easier to eat if it was just a little bit smaller. I don't normally like green tea, but this is actually really good. It's really cool and green inside, and the slight bitterness of the matcha flavor goes really well with the creamy sweetness of the cream. Good. This is like a delicate surgical procedure. Okay. I could have sworn this is soybean flavor, but it actually tastes more like coffee. Hopefully this works better. Certainly, I feel like I'm eating spaghetti at this point. Certainly very stretchy, I give it that. I like this one the best. This one has that nice, dark, rich flavor, that's like chocolate, and I just think it complements it well. I think if anything is just purely sweet, it just doesn't taste that good, you know? Finally, after all that sugar, we're gonna try some salty beef. Rice ball. That is so good. Inside there's beef and there's this spicy red Korean paste. And this paste is not sweet at all, but it is actually quite spicy and tasty. It's just unfortunately raining rice down here. It's so pretty. The only thing though is when I was in China, I had this thing called tanghulu, and basically it's like a type of sour crunchy fruit that's also candied, but the candy was very solid. This candy seems to be slightly slipping off, slightly drippy, which makes it a little bit harder to eat. All right, the thing I like the most is probably either the rice ball because it's so salty and spicy, which was really good, or the chocolate mochi because that is just so, it's a nice dark chocolate and rich and creamy, and it's really good. The thing I liked the least is probably the candied mandarin orange thing. It just tastes kind of weird because the outside is crunchy and sweet, and then there's this inner membrane on the outside that's a little bit chewy, and then you finally get to the fruit inside. So it's just a kind of weird texture combination there. I'll give this a 1, 2, 3 out of 6. Subscribe!